So you're gonna have to forgive me for a sec because I'm trying to figure this out. I've never actually streamed before, really. So I've been messing with bitrate and whatnot, and I'm hoping that this is set up the way it should be. But I've got a little iPad here, so oh wow. Okay, banging. All right, I think we're good to go. Right, welcome everybody. Zorok, what is up, mate? I'm a little unprofessional in the sense that I only have one monitor. So I think that means if I want to see this little chat window here, I have to have my OBS open, which obviously isn't going to work. But you know what? We're gonna make it work. So we're gonna keep this minimized in order for profession. And welcome back, Raymond. Good. Hello, hello from Armenia. Hello from rainy London. It's pretty depressing today. It's literally raining outside, so no better day to sort of chill, kick back, and make some stuff. Or I'm going to keep this open because it's way easier to see on my desktop for a bit. But I'm going to wait for some people to roll in, and then we'll get started on some stuff. I kind of went off a bit on my Instagram story yesterday, but I just thought it would be so cool to stream instead of just record videos all the time because I felt like I was sort of coming across as a bit of a used car salesman, and I'm working on projects every day, all day. So why not sort of kill two birds with one stone? Stream some stuff, and maybe maybe it'll be cool to do a little more often. But for now, to the four people I can see that are watching, welcome. Let's get started. So I'm gonna get in because I don't want to really like be warming up too much. This is a little something that I've been working on recently. So I'm working on this advert for like the Nothing Phone 2 that came out, and I thought this was sick. So I'm really terrible with sort of like explaining my ideas and my projects, but I've got a few scenes which I can probably open up like incrementally, right? Um, but I got this thing which I thought was pretty cool. So this is actually animated with a song by like Lastlings, which I'll show in a sec. I've got Octane loaded up, but it's essentially a 30-second long scene. This project in particular, this scene, and it's just the camera starting really close to the phone and then sort of spinning in zero gravity and pulling out. But what happens is at the very start of the song, there's a sort of like flicker, and you're gonna have to tell me if my mic is too loud. I'm hoping. Beautiful. I think we're cool. Let me play. So do you hear that? That little. So what I've got is I basically mapped that some emission on like those LEDs on the back of the Nothing Phone 2, and I thought it'd be really cool to get started. So if I flick through these first few frames, you can see how one by one these sort of come alive, and it's really cool because it's inside the phone, so you get some really slight reflections on the actual device, and then the rest of it is pretty like static because it's going to get edited out. But as you zoom out, you can sort of see. I'm not doing the greatest job at showing this, but if I play it here, you can see start there. And then what like I did with the lighting, which I think was pretty sick, was I had this like cloner set with just regular like planes, just like random geometry, and they're all emissive. They're not visible by the camera, but there's a shader effect here, which is just like circulating noise, similar to the last video I made, right? So it's just animating them visible and invisible. And what's happening is it's just like creating this stroby red effect on the phone, which looks really sick. This is pretty slow, and presumably it's either because I'm streaming or because of the render. But you do get some really nice angles, like this one here. And there's actually like a fucking like there's a volume, like a VDB getting like blasted over it. It looks really cool. And yeah, the render time is saying like twice what it normally does, but I mean you get a fairly good idea here. Like it is it's a sick random. I love working on projects like this. This is what I mean, dude. This is what I'm doing half the time, and then think about stuff to make for September, and it's like a little mini projects. Mark's perfect. Cheers, Hugo. Nice to see you, man. All right, cool. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, this took like loads of tweaking, but just wanted to kind of introduce because I've got loaded up on C4D right now. What I thought would be cool to do is I've got a few references of some photos that I actually took recently. And I thought if I was to load those up, that'd be pretty sick. So for now, I'm going to hop out and I'm going to open up PureRef. I don't know if anyone knows PureRef. I've heard of it before. But it's sort of like, I only found this out the other day. It's like my favorite mood board sort of software to use. Because the other ones are like Milanote and you need to sign up for an account and it's all online, and then you're navigating the site and then you see that little tab at the top which says like pricing and you're like, Jesus, not ideal. I'm gonna put some music on really quick. I'm pretty sure I've got a playlist somewhere. If I study techno house. All right, I'm gonna turn this on very low. And just whack this in the background. So, cool. I'm going to open up what I think I've got somewhere. I'm pretty sure I've got my references folder. All right, cool. Well, I know I've got it here. So these are just airdropped from my phone. And actually, let me just double check. Is any music? So these are just airdropped from my phone. Brilliant. Maybe we can turn that up ever so slightly. Cool. Right. So here's the idea. These are some cool photos I took, and what this software allows you to do is basically just select these and drop them in, which I thought was pretty cool. So let's see which of these work. Yeah, so I went to Tate Modern in London recently, and some of these are working, some of these aren't. But for some reason, like, when you sort of feel what inspires you and stuff, well, architecture is mine. For some reason, I'll look on Pinterest and like all sorts of other stuff, and like architectural spaces I find so invigorating. It's unbelievable. So like some of these photos I thought were really cool, especially like scale and stuff I thought was awesome. But in particular for today, wait, I'm going to check the sound one more time. Yeah, all right, banging. I'm not going to interrupt myself again, but for today I thought, honestly, my favorite of these are like some of this, but this I think looks so cool. I think just the proportion and just like the clean white look, I think looks unbelievable. But this I thought was pretty sick too. So this is actually in the corner of my office, like right over there, and there was like a particularly sunny day, and I feel like I got a good eye for this kind of stuff, and I just took this photo, and I thought, why not try and recreate this in Redshift? To be honest, I could definitely do it. And I think exercises like this for like balancing real lighting will be pretty cool, and it'll make some good content. So I think we'll give it a shot. I'm going to keep this open, but if anyone is looking for a way to sort of inspiration on the internet and then like just drag stuff about really easily, PureRef is free, it's open source, and for some reason it's just like not the easiest to find. But it's just this is banging. This is banging. I don't know why some of my photos aren't actually loading up as well, but there's more. There's stuff like this, which is rotated sideways, which is wonderful, and there's some art stuff. But you know what? For now, we'll go for something like this. I'm gonna flick through. I'm actually gonna, for now, just open this up because it's a better alternative to the picture viewer. And maybe let's let me resize it. We'll just drop it down here and get C4D loaded up. Something I am wary of is I don't know how my computer's going to perform whilst live streaming at like 6,000 megabits per second. But we'll give it a shot. No, good to see you, Flevy Harris. What's up, man? I have to consciously remember to keeping an eye on the chat and stuff. I'm not just sat staring at my screen making shit. All right, cool. So observations of this thing, man. Obviously, like, the exposure's turned down quite a lot. I did that deliberately to highlight the light, but I'm thinking about the lighting mainly because there's two real ways we could do that. We could either like make that shape in Photoshop and sort of like gobo it across with an area light, or we could actually like recreate the basic structure of this room, which isn't much. All I mean is like creating a sort of box room and then having light shining from the outside. And then, but that may take a while to render because of path tracing. But for now, you know what, we'll give it a shot. I'm gonna try and recreate this exactly. So I'm gonna get my resolution, which is 2268 by 4032. 4032. Put it the wrong way around, didn't I, mate? All right, let's give this a shot. We've run with Redshift because we're using a lot of Octane recently, and I wouldn't mind a break just for a sec. And let's open the RS render view. I don't have my normal. I'm trying to think. That would probably actually. I'm going to dash you there because it gives me a little more movement. Save layout as. Where did that go? All right. Redshift. Banging. All right. We're ready to go. So, I mean, it'll be helpful if I knew the focal length, to be honest, because this is what I kind of do first. But let's get some basic structure. In fact, it's going to work better, I think. Yeah, better. Cool. So, if I start you rendering and lock you off, I do not need you in full res right now. Don't kill my computer, please. All right. 1%, man. All right, wait, let's close some stuff for a bit. I'm not using Pura. Don't save. All right. So I'm thinking, all right, sofa. Okay. You know, let's start. Let's start simple. I'm gonna get a. Probably, you know what? We'll probably have to draw something out. So let's get a rectangle. I'm gonna rotate this by about 90, and I want rounding. So I'm gonna make this table, which is just like. I'm lucky because I can look over there and just figure out what it looks like. But we'll go for about 75, I reckon. Easier than working with geometry straight away, and then we'll drag in and extrude. Make this like maybe 5 works. We'll grab some caps. I appreciate it. Cheers, man. Love your videos, really helpful. I do try, bro. I said it a load of times. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I remember what it used to be like. It's just part of the way of learning this kind of stuff is just surfing YouTube for tutorials all of the time. It's still now, that's how I learn new stuff. And so if I can help that in any way, I'd be happy to. My face ain't blocking anything, is it? I don't think so. Nah. All right, cool. So let's go about the chair next, because I don't think we're going to need much more in regards to that table. And so I'm thinking we could get some detail on that chair by like, you know what, actually, Redshift can get out of here for a sec. See, now I'm deliberating whether to sort of model that sofa using dynamics to get those stretches or not. But it'll be quite intensive, I reckon. Let's We want some rounding, don't we? All right, let's experiment a little bit because that's what this is going to take. What we'll do is we're going to use a similar method, except I kind of want this circle and then scale that up a little bit. Something like this, maybe. We'll keep it like that. And then we don't need a load of points, but maybe we can make this 20 and copy this extrude over, remove the rectangle and drop this in so that what I'm going to do is make one or two of these and then sort of join them together. Right, wrong, offset, about that. Let's see if we can scale this down in comparison to that. Increase this a little bit. 350. Stop, Felix. All right. Let's keep this going. So I think almost in terms of positioning, we're all right. And so if I duplicate you, make you 90, I can literally move you there. And then kind of got a good joining. So I don't know what this angle is going to be like, but I've got a feeling that these are going to need to be scaled a little bit taller. Yeah, so like that. So let's see, I'm eyeballing this at the moment, but maybe even you, if we scale you. Bearing in mind that I definitely tried to make this as a like isometric as possible. Didn't quite work. That I'm gonna make a camera. Wait, we are. Yeah. Make a camera, and we'll call that our start. What shall I save you then? Set you an exploration. Actually, you know what? We'll make a streams folder because this won't be the last one. Do I have an IG account for 3D? Yes. At September DSGN. I've actually started posting on them more and more. So here we are. I remember I didn't even make an Instagram account for like months at a time, and then I made one and I've started posting. But yeah, that's where you can find me. That is the only Instagram account I'm actually active on. I don't use my personal at all. And move that here. Thoughts are these still need to be scaled up a little bit. Maybe I can just grab the circles. Yeah, that works better. And then I'm bearing in mind that I kind of want the like top of the sofa, top of the sofa here, to be at the middle of the canvas, right? So about here. And then something like that. And this is kind of scaling that here. Other things I'm bearing in mind are sort of like angles and stuff, but we can fix that with focal length too. So this photo, for example, was pretty zoomed in, so I might be able to get away with something like this. Maybe angle it down, make those angles a little less extreme. Nice. We can work with that. Cool. Now what I'm thinking is how I'm going to make this look like a sofa, because right now kind of looks like two circles a bit mashed together. So my little technique for this kind of stuff is if I group it, then I've sort of saved the structural integrity of it in Cinema 4D terms, then I can duplicate it and just connect objects and delete. Actually, let's see if we can extend this. Not like that, mate. Are you going to extend that? Okay, nah. Just like that, so that they are working nicely. Hopefully without too much of. I don't like the way you're intersecting there, man. Let's use that. So now this, we can connect to objects and delete, right? And then drop that into a subdivision surface. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I am. Say hello to my dad. All right. So thinking now, I'm going to keep an eye on the subdivs a little bit. And I do want some rounding in this. So 2 ways of doing that. I've already baked it. So maybe I'll set this invisible and drop a smoothing. I'm looking for smoothing, but I can't find it. Drop that in here. Get a little more rounding. Maybe let's control that with the stiffness. Let's take a look from here. Iterations are going to help. But I think our geometry in general is just looking a little off at the moment. All right. Talking as I'm doing this, we're going to remove the smoothing and see if we can bake off this. It's going to take a bit of trial and error. But let's take that. Drop a... Where is it? It is done by Redshift, man. I'm gonna give up trying to pronounce names because I know how hard it is to make a username on this stuff. So exactly what I was looking for. Whether done by Redshift, yes, sir. Just bear with. We'll get to the rendering in a little bit. I'm just trying to figure out the best way of making this stuff. All right, let's drop the wrong. It's really showing how amateur I really am. All right, let's take a look here. So now we're starting to get a little more rounding off. I kind of like the way these are meeting like that, to be honest. The only thing is that obviously in real life we don't have that, but I mean you can dial that into about 50% and I'd argue that looks pretty decent. All right, let's save that out. Double check geometry. Working all right. Might need some remeshing at some point, but we're working nice. Let's connect objects and delete. Oh, let's have a look. We're definitely going to need to remesh that at some point. I'm telling you now. Although, nah, I don't think we will need. We're not going to use dynamics. God no, we'll use a little bit of displacement with some noise, I think. And let's just make these walls real quick because these shouldn't be too bad. So, luckily, hopefully we can get away with using GSG for that styrofoam material. Because I actually have styrofoam walls in my garage, which is unbelievable. Right. Turn this here. Easier too. Who likes these tunes? Someone rate more grab here. Okay. These walls are much closer to the sofa, so let's do something like this. Maybe even cool. And I'm going to make my life a little easier here. And I'm going to separate where the brick turns to styrofoam and just make a separate wall, right? So grab this, rotate this by about that 9 degrees. I'm gonna hop out here, make sure that I am working with what actually makes sense, like that. And ideally, really, we can just drop this over to here, make sure it's centered, and then drag you down just like that. Move it in here. You're only going to let me. All right, that works. That works. Let's make sure, so these two look good, but I need to move you up just a tiny bit. Make sure they're meeting. Now, if we take a look, we should be able to see that we're getting, I mean, somewhat of a resemblance. That pillow we can model and figure out at a later point. But I mean, for now, looking pretty cool. Trying to think, right. This sofa is going to need a little bit of remeshing at some point, but I think I want to get rendering. Let's get a. It's going to test my ability to use Redshift now. Right. So, table's filleted and stuff, which we're not seeing. Let's get any dome light for now, so that we're getting some shadows in. I keep getting the impression with this mic that I really need to talk right in it. So if at any point I sort of move away and I'm inaudible, let me know, but it's difficult to get comfortable. I'm going to let this load up some materials. Let's take a look. Right. So with some HDRIs. I just want, you already know what I'm going to go for because I've used this one about a million times. Although now it's commercial locations in a creative office, banging. Let's drop down to texture. Cool, getting some nice shadows now. If we rotate you, we're gonna get anything a little more. Yeah, this is kind of a dark corner, so nice one. You might even be able to use this, man. There's ants on my desk, bro. Wait, get out, man. Right. I'm gonna no. We'll keep you lighter for now. So I'm thinking is this. Let's see if. Firstly, we're probably gonna need to create some brick textures, but oh, never mind. See, these I always edit these because they never actually give me a look that I'm after. But for now, I mean, let's see which of these work, and then in the scenario that we need to make on site, I prefer the look of that blue one even. Right. Ideally, we won't need to UV any of this, so let's give this a shot. I'm gonna divide you by 2, so I get quicker render times. Little life hacks. Right. This looks shocking currently. So let's dive in here. Don't you lag me out, mate. Where's my scale? That's my scale. I don't know which is going to be the quicker preview. All right. We're going to have to work on these one at a time, I presume. So these need to be scaled up, but I think this is working. Yeah, it is. So we're probably going to want to make you about 0.5. Because these bricks are fairly big, and they're also kind of cream coloured at the moment, which isn't. Nah. 1-on-1 works better, but whichever is the across axis. Okay. Nah. No. What we're going to do is 0.75. I'm going to squeeze them up slightly. This is not as responsive as what I'm used to. Okay, but that is About 0.25. Nah, that's working the wrong way, I think. But you. Redshift, I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter about how slow Redshifts been going recently. And I'm actually starting to feel it. Figuring out which is doing what I want here. I'm trying to scale these bricks a little bit better. That's 1.5, 1.25. So I'm trying to just get them stretched. That looks pretty good for now. Not really, man. Oh, surely not 7.5, mate. Oh, we're doing the wrong damn thing. Come on, mate. Okay. 1.05. In fact, what are you doing to me, bro? It is this one. All right, cool. You know what? We're going to leave it at that for now. Maybe scale this to like no, we don't even need to. That's fine. I want to make it whiter though. I think it may be because of the, like this, if I knock this saturation down to 0, we're getting something a little bit better there. Let's turn the intensity up a little bit. Not too bad. I need to double check if we've got any displacement attached to that, because if I do, then we need to make sure we're dragging a redshift object. I'm going to resocialize it. No. So before and after. Yeah, way better, mate. No, you need to, dude, so slightly. No, what are you doing, man? This. You need to go to like 0.9. They need to be like like vertically made a little bit shorter, but I don't want to go into this bloody territory again. 10 people watching. Wait, I just basically start streaming full time, mate. There's no reason not to at this point. I'm mega famous, right? These are looking pretty nice at grey, but I still want. I mean, this wall literally looks like a white diffuse material, like a super detailed displacement, just whacked on top. So maybe if I forget, I don't have to do like the right click solo node thing with Redshift. I can just drag this right into the surface and then take a look at how that is. And what are you messing me up for, mate? Nah, you look sweet. Let's get a color correction node, and then we'll work through this kind of stuff one by one. I don't think. Oh, yeah, I'm forgetting you don't even use the triplanar. We'll drag this into the input. Pop that into the surface for now, just to see that we're getting that yellowiness. Turn saturation off. Better. Maybe if we mess with the gamma. No, it's contrast right after. I mean, it's got some cool detail to it, but let's keep it at that. I think knocking the saturation down did a little bit, and if I had too much contrast, it's going to look a bit tech. Maybe we don't need diffuse at all. Come on. And then you can go into the surface. Decent, but still kind of grey. What do I look like if... Okay, no diffuse. Disconnect, mate. Remove wires. I think I may have done the right thing there. Job done. Alright. The rest of it's going to be lighting, I expect. Where's the roughness at then? Again, roughness? Yeah. Cool. Except it needs to be turned up a tiny bit. What do you look like currently? I've just made you way smaller. Right. Getting where I'm going with this, but gonna take a little bit of figuring out whether I'm plugging into the wrong thing, mate. Right. Which of this is creating the roughness I want? This song is kind of annoying me a little bit. Oh dear. Right, my network connection is messing up. Okay. I've turned my encoding down. Hold on. Bear with me, boys. There's a delay, which is becoming quite annoying, but have you been able to hear me this whole time? I reckon my redshift is actually bugging out a little bit. Bugging out the stream. Kilobit per second, right. I'm going to stop and start again. Is that what I have to do? I don't know, mate. $4,000 kilobit per second. Oh man, this is bound to go wrong, dude. Boy. Hey, it was Redshift, wasn't it? It was Redshift, dude. Oh, bro, this is like the other side of being a fucking CG content creator, mate. How am I meant to stream if I can't use Redshift, dude? Okay. Man. I'm viewing this shit, boy. Oh, it's gonna go down in history, this, bro. Okay. I think Man. Trying to figure this out now. I don't think that's streaming and rendering. No ideal. Just like get into the rendering bit. I don't know. Do I turn the res down to this render or something, or do I just like knock down my kilobits per second or something, which is like not usable? What if I go on my... Better not be exposing anything here, but like... It's not my... Shit's bad, dude, but... What if I go to my... Redshift settings, like sample count or something? You can render using low values and use AI to upscale. I can do that. Oh, that's actually an interesting topic. That's something I've really been looking at recently. AI is pretty cool, but man, do I just? Is there? There must be like a preferences thing. Viewport hardware. Dude, I can't knock this stuff down really. Memory. I feel like the memory is going to be an issue. I did not expect this much problem solving to have to take place. I'm annoyed, bro. What am I meant to do? Low bitrate on stream. Stream lagging on YouTube. So I don't think it'd be my internet. One person watching, I might as well take advantage of that. Let's go internet speed test. I don't think my internet speed is gonna be poor at all. Yeah, that's not the problem. Stream, how to stop stream lagging. Improve your internet connection, lower the frame rate and resolution of your stream settings. Okay, what if I don't know if it's going to change in real time, but we might as well give it a shot. What if my output is... Okay, so audio doesn't need to be that good. Shafted my microphone a little bit, but... Alright, we're streaming in 60 FPS, so maybe we need to knock that down to 30. Let's give that a shot. Okay, I'm going to stop and start the stream. Turn off any outputs to change video settings. Can I just uncheck the display? I doubt it. It's not going to be that simple, is it? No. What about the display capture properties? No. Alright, I'm going to stop and start the stream. Hopefully it'll be working.